Hello. Hey guys. I'm currently at the park eating some Firehouse Sub. And about to watch a movie, hopefully. Oh, and I got some tropical smoothie. Yo, I've been feeling like boo-boo all freaking day. Wait, sit it up there, cause so my touch room. I've been feeling like boo-boo all freaking day. Not all day. Well, since I woke up really, so I guess that is all day. Cause it's about to be 5. Yeah, ever since I woke up, I've been feeling like it's. I don't even think I'm gonna be able to play a movie. Oh no! Smoothie almost spilled all on my laptop. I mean, all on my phone. I can't really get my food and myself in the camera. Oh, why is it dim? Yeah, I don't even think I'm gonna. It's because this grass is so dirty. I'm not gonna be able to play. A movie on here. Oh well, I'll just turn it off. I'll just use it as my camera. Oh my gosh, I keep trying to spill my smoothie. As a camera holder. Yeah. Really? I've been feeling like boo-boo all week. Truthfully. Like, I've not been able to shake it. And I keep feeling like, you know, well, if I do this, I'm gonna be able to shake it. If I do this, I'm gonna be able to shake it. And then I get into, I don't feel like even doing it. Like today, I did not feel like getting up. I just wanted to lay in the bed and freaking lay in the bed, not move. My body just felt like, you know how your body just feels like over it? That's how my body felt. Because truthfully, if we're being so truthfully honest with ourselves, with myself, I'm fucking depressed. Plain and simple. I'm not trying to be depressed. Like, I felt like it was a point in time where I wasn't depressed this year. But I think that was just because I started feeling numb. I didn't feel happy. I started feeling numb. Like, it's never no Only time I feel genuinely happy is when I'm with other people, or when I'm in a relationship, or I guess new soap. Like, it's been so long, not so long, but it's been a minute since I just haven't felt either sadness or numbness. Like, recently I was talking to somebody that I had really liked, right? Or I thought I really liked. No, I did really like this person. But we stopped talking. And it made me really sad. But it put me back in the sadness of what I felt when, for one, when I broke up with my ex, and when me and my old best friend stopped being friends. It put me back in that type of sadness. But the happiness that I was getting from talking to her was something that I missed feeling. But I didn't miss feeling that type of sad and this type of sad. And then it just made me realize, like, while you was alone, you didn't feel that happy you felt talking to her, because you wasn't looking for that within yourself. You haven't been able to find that within yourself. Excuse me. You haven't been able to even find that within yourself. So it just was like, dang. I kept feeling so regretful, because I was like, this was the feeling I was trying to avoid, the sadness I was trying to avoid. But it's like, if it was so easy for me to fall right back into that sadness after what had happened, we hadn't been talking for that long. So in my head, it was like such a big deal, because it felt good. But in reality, we hadn't been talking for that long, and it wasn't that deep. But in my head, because I felt that emotion, that super happy emotion and euphoric feeling, it was that deep to me, because I have not felt this in a minute. It's a new feeling that has resurfaced. And I didn't realize that about myself until probably like this week. And so now it's like, you realize through this whole half course of you being by yourself, you haven't been feeling, you've been on autopilot. You haven't felt depressed, correct? Because that's a feeling you weren't trying to feel. But you haven't been feeling happy either. You haven't been feeling at peace either. You've been faking those two. You've been faking it. You've been showing it, looking like you have, to the point where you faked it so much to where you believed it. And in reality, you was on autopilot. And you was numb. I was numb. It's just like, dang. Motherfucker. A fly tried to get in my smoothie. But yeah. And I've been feeling like I just need to talk to somebody. So I just be so in my head about everything, literally. Like, it just be everything I just be in my head about. That I don't never feel like I can express it. Even though I want to, I don't feel like I can. And I was watching what is her name? Sarah Roberts Jacobs. I think Sarah Jake Roberts. I don't know. Maybe I'm saying it backwards, but I was watching her this morning. And she was like, you in a feeling, you have a feeling where you don't really feel like you losing, but you don't feel like you're winning either. You don't feel like you're happy, but you also don't feel like you're losing. And this is your forming season. And that's kind of what I feel like I'm in. Because although I don't feel like I'm losing, and I don't feel like I'm depressed, I don't feel happy or at peace either. Because I don't really... She was using an example of her cookies. She was saying, like, she used to bake cookies in California where she used to live. And the cookies would come out perfect. She used her same recipe, everything came out perfect, and they looked perfect. And then she moved to Denver, and when she used the same ingredients, they didn't come out the same way. They came out flat. So she was saying, like, she was confused because I used the same ingredients and I used the same things, but they didn't come out right. They didn't come out fluffy and firm. And I think she said steadfast. I don't know. I have bad memory. But yeah, basically they didn't come out looking how they usually look, even though she used the same exact ingredients and cooked it the same way and did everything the same exact way as she would back home. And so she kept trying and trying and trying. And she was like, God is going to keep trying to form and work with you until you form into what you're supposed to, into what you were, what he saw you as when you were being formed, basically, in your mother's womb. He going to keep working with you. Because even though they still tasted the same, her cookies still tasted the same. They were still good. They just weren't where they were supposed to be. They didn't look like how they were supposed to look like. And I say I feel like I'm in this season because I'm not where I used to be, but at the same time I'm not where I'm supposed to be. So I'm in the forming season, the molding season. And it's a weird season because it's like I don't know who I'm supposed to be. I thought I knew who I was supposed to be. And I always think I know who I'm supposed to be for like 5 seconds, and then I don't know. Like, okay, back to with the person that I was talking to. When I first noticed that I was attracted to her, I tried to talk to her, and it didn't work out. And so then I tried again, and it didn't work out. So after that, I said, you know what? I'm gonna be patient because I kind of actually really do want to talk to her. So I'm gonna be patient, and I'm gonna see if this person is who I can actually talk to. If this person is somebody that God is gonna allow to be in my life, I'm gonna be patient. And I didn't hit her up no more after that. And then she came back around. And so that was me thinking, okay, I got it now. I know how to be patient. I know who I am. I know how to do it. I know how to do patience. I know how to have peace during the storm. I know how to love myself. I know how to control my feelings and my emotions. Then I get the girl for like 5 seconds, and I don't know what to do with it. I don't know what to do with this, with the situation. Like, I lost control over my emotions. my fears came back up. I started doing things that I don't usually do, and it ended up I fumbled. And so with that, this is dead grass. So with that, I realized, well, in the end of the situation, I realized after a couple of weeks, because I didn't realize this right after it happened. What I was thinking was, I regret. But sometime during this week, I realized that I didn't really know. I didn't have all of it. Okay, I had the patience. With patience, I did have the patience, but one thing I don't play about is them bees. Y'all, when I was younger, I got stung by 12 bees. I got attacked by bees because my friend had a beehive while we was riding bikes, and they attacked me while I was riding my bike. I don't play about them bees. I do not play about bees. But I've been stung, and every time I've been stung, I've been attacked by bees. Not just one bee. I've always been attacked by multiple bees. I don't play like that. Okay, but anyways, I just realized, like, I don't have it all together. Truthfully and honestly, I don't know how to be patient. I do know how to be patient sometimes, but I haven't fully learned how to be patient. I haven't fully learned how to have peace in a storm. Because there's certain situations where I can control my emotions and control my feelings and have peace and think and trust that God got it. It's okay. You're not gonna let this heat up your insides, or you're not gonna let this, you gonna stand still. Because there's a lot of situations where I can't sit still. And I'm supposed to be like that in every situation. And it's a lot of situations to where, what the heck is that? I think it's a spider, but it don't look like a spider. I would like for you to get off of my mat. I'm in your territory, but the yoga mat is my territory. Just go that way. What even are you? Thank you. Yeah. I don't. I'm sorry. It is annoying me. I don't have it. But I remember a time when I did have it. In 2020. Because I had hit rock bottom. I ain't gonna say I hit rock bottom, but I hit a ultimate low for myself. Like 2019, 2020, I hit an ultimate low. To me. To a point where I felt like I had to come back home. And I'm not saying like an ultimate low, like to where I just was doing low, like I was doing crazy low life stuff. I just had hit an ultimate low. Like I was just really lost. I didn't know what to do because I was so lost in a relationship. So I moved back home and I started praying again. I feel like I did start going back to church. and I started journaling, and I had deleted social media because I was just like, my main source of distraction is social media. What I easily get distracted with is social media. But at the same time, if I'm on social media too long, I will get sad. I will get extremely sad because my life don't look like how everybody else's life look. That's where I was back then. So I really had to delete it. Now I deleted social media because I remember the mindset I was in back then when I deleted social media. I need to be in that same mindset now. Because I'm trying to do the same exact thing that I was trying to do back then that I did not accomplish and fled away from. So, like I was saying, I did have all of this, like the peace during the storm, control over my emotions, and a set of God got it. The mindset of God got it. He got me. And I was supposed to be returning back to school in Savannah in 2020. I had my dad and his girlfriend. They drove me all the way down there, all the way to Savannah from Michigan. I did my FAFSA, and we got on campus, and I kept trying to, I was going to the FAFSA office, and my dad wasn't going with me. So I'm still young. I don't know what I'm really doing because I've never done this before. So anyways, we kept going and they was like, you got to pay this bill, the normal financial aid stuff. So, what happened? The night, I had to go back over there because I had to go back on campus because I needed to figure out my FAFSA, why my FAFSA wasn't going through because they kept saying they hadn't got it yet. So, the night before, like I said, before I moved back home, I was so lost in a relationship. I was lost in a relationship, simple as that. And I had, he called me, but he had a kid, so which means he had a baby mama. And he called me that night. It was I feel like it was 2-3 o'clock in the morning. My dad and his girlfriend was asleep. I was asleep, and I woke up because he was blowing up my phone, and I answered, and it was his baby mama, which meant he was staying the night with his baby mama. So I was just like, what the fuck are y'all doing? And in my head now, I'm blowing his phone up and all this stuff, doing the same stuff that I would have done back then. Even though at the time we was broken up, doing the same stuff I would have done back then. But it was just a simple fact of, why are y'all playing on my phone at 2 o'clock in the morning at that? So I simply was like, you know what? Because I don't want to deal with this. I texted his mom and was like, tell your son and his girlfriend or his baby mama to stop playing on my phone. And she was like, how do you know it's him? I said, because Mayana, I'm a bleep that out. Because such and such answered the phone when they called me. And so she was like, okay, I'm going to tell him, blah, blah, blah. And so, of course, I'm in the area crying my little eyes out because that hurt my feelings. I know how to control my emotions, but I also knew how to deal with them. And I knew that crying would have helped me deal with that. So, that happens. Next day, he called me. We get to arguing, blah, 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 blah. I'm walking because I also know that walking helps me get over stuff. Walking the whole entire conversation. We end up being on the phone for 2 hours, blah, 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 blah. Control, get myself back in control. Get myself back to where I need to be because now I have to go back on campus to deal with my FAFSA. So, what happened? Oh, get back on campus and we in the office trying to figure it out, go to my advisor audits, trying to figure it out, blah, 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 blah. Moral of the story, she ended up telling me I filled out the wrong FAFSA. I filled out for next year and not this year. And since it's so soon in the freaking beginning of the semester, I can't come back during this time. And if I do, I only come take one class or two, and that's not enough to be able to stay on campus, and I need to stay on campus. I was devastated. But at the same time, my mindset back then, of course I was really upset because my dad was yelling at me and stuff, you know. And of course he was upset because he had drove 15 plus hours to get down there just to drop me off at school. And I was just, you know, really upset and sad. And I was sad. Because I felt like I had made a mistake. But I had talked to my mom that same day, and after everything had happened, and at the same time, talking to her and talking to God was like, it's okay, because this was meant to happen. This happened for a reason. And at the end, it's still gonna work itself out. Not going in thinking it's gonna work itself out and I'm gonna be back in here tomorrow. I didn't think that. I knew the risk was maybe not even being able to come back or having to come back later. And I just had to be okay with that because God he got me. He still got me. Like, I didn't fall into a depression after that. Something like me being devastated about something makes me fall into a depression. But not really too deep of a depression. It just makes me feel really sad to where, and then the sadness turns into, I want to sit in my sadness for a little bit, and then that turns into a depression basically. But I didn't sit in that sadness. I'm rambling. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. But yeah, moral of the story is I'm trying to get back to that mindset of what I used to be, saying I can control my emotions. I have peace when I need to have peace in a storm and in the middle of a war. And I can be happy by myself. Because that was the ultimate goal back then, and that's the ultimate goal now. And also now I have other goals to where I just want to do for myself and for other people. But yeah, I just want to I don't have nothing to like, I don't know. I was about to say something, but I'm not going to say it. Because I was about to say I don't have nothing to help people. Because what I want to do is help people. But right now I don't have nothing to help people. But I don't know that. I don't know that. But at the same time, I kind of do know that. Because I can't help myself right now. Shoot, I can, but I can't. Like, I'm still in the process of trying to help me. So I just want to get in that process. And now I just feel like crying. Because why do I feel this way? I don't know. Life be lifing at the lifest of times. That's crazy. But yeah, I just want to get back to a place to where I just am okay. Because honestly, truthfully, I don't feel okay. I be feeling numb as freaking heck. I be feeling sad as heck. I just be feeling ish. I don't be. And sometimes I don't be able to shake it. But what was I about to say? I came here with the intentions of journaling or meditating or to do a sacral meditation, but I ended up talking something that I've been knowing I needed to do. I'm thinking about changing my channel name to My Angel Speak, because I have a hard time speaking, and that's what I need to learn to do, is speak and talk. Because I be wanting to speak and talk, but I just can't speak and talk sometimes. But yeah. I don't really think I got nothing else to talk about. I don't even know if I want to do some yoga anymore. That's another thing. I was going to come here and do yoga. That's why I brought a yoga mat. But, but also, I don't want to get up and leave and feel like I didn't do nothing. I got stuff on my chest. I guess that's good. That's another thing I have a problem with, not feeling like I'm doing enough. Because maybe I'm not just doing enough. But yeah. Yeah, I don't feel like I have nothing else to talk about. I really just feel like getting up now. This was some good time spent. Well spent. So I think I'm just about to, y'all want to see the outfit of the day? Shout out to Skims. No, I'm just kidding. This is not Skims. This is Forever 21 in a boutique, a small boutique. If I ever got some Skims, this is how I imagine the texture would be. I love this type of texture. But yeah. And then some of these. And then the bag to match. It don't even match. I mean, it match, but it don't match. Anyways. Reality, boy. I have to go home and clean my room. I rearranged my room last night, so now it's back a mess. I had to go to Walmart to get some bed risers. So I am about to go. I'm about to clock out. I love all of you guys, and I love myself. I love myself so very much. No, I'm just kidding. But I think that's how I'm gonna start closing my videos, saying I love you guys, I love myself. Because I be needing to hear that. I just be needing to hear the words I love you. Ah, that just made me want to cry. I just be needing to hear the words I love you, like a lot. Like, ew, what? Dang. I cry about it in the car. Fun fact about me, I'm a crier. I'm a cry. If it's one thing about me, oh, I'm a cry. Facts, I'm a cry. You yell at me, oh, I'm a cry. You say something sweet to me, oh, I'm a cry. I feel some type of way, I'm a cry. I am a freaking crybaby. And I love that about me. I don't care. I'm just kidding. And I don't care. But yeah. I just be needing to hear I love you sometimes. So I'm going to say it to y'all because I've been needing to hear it. And I'm going to say it to myself. I love you guys. And I love me. And from now on, we moving in love.